After conquering European basketball, many people looked at Luka Doncic and thought, surely we can bully this pretty-faced Slovenian. But what they didn't know was that behind that chill, unbothered demeanor is a competitor who lives for payback.
Look, he's having words with Snoop right now. Snoop appreciates.
Now taken away, and a right-hand finish plus the foul. Christian Anderson, West Texas tough in Europe.
Doncic has the ball, down by 2.
There's a switch.
Gobert's outfield. Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it! What a shot!
From players like Devin Booker and Trae Young to whole teams like the Pistons, every time someone effed around with Luka, they found out. These are the NBA players who became victims to Luka Doncic. And the first victim here isn't even a player. Dallas Mavericks GM Nico Harrison used to be Luka's biggest believer, but somehow he waited till Doncic had taken the Mavs to an NBA final before he lost faith. After being the Mavericks' franchise cornerstone since 2018, Nico decided that the Mavs didn't have a future with Luka. So, without Luka's knowledge, he was traded overnight to LA while being accused of being fat and a defensive liability. And from that point on, everyone was on the lookout for the next meeting between the Lakers and Dallas. And when that day finally came, Luka didn't just show up, he showed out.
Yes, Doncic is getting cheered every time by Mavericks fans, but there are a lot of Laker fans here, and they're always on the road as Doncic knocks down a three-pointer. Doncic gets inside, reverse, shot rattles around and goes in.
Even a heartfelt video before the game couldn't stop Luka from dropping 45 points and leading the Lakers to a 112-97 blowout. By the end of the game, Dallas fans hated Nico even more. Even after landing Cooper Flag, Nico Harrison is still catching strays for that trade.
After that deal was made, the Mavericks got a lot of criticism regarding it. And then they start to leak out stuff, well, we don't know if he's ever going to be in shape. You should mail him a copy of the Men's Health magazine.
They probably saw it, so I don't have to worry about that.
However, next season might be the nail in the coffin for Nico if Luka ends with an MVP and a title. But until then, ask yourself, why did Doncic do Paul George like this?
Human, but that's just part of basketball. I mean, think about it when you call your own fouls.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Point well taken. You're right.
So bad.
It wasn't anything PG-13 did in particular, just that he and the Clippers were the first team to eliminate him from the playoffs. But even then, he was putting on performances that made Scottie Pippen say this.
I think Luka Doncic is dominating him. I mean, I don't think neither him or Kawhi has taken on that challenge to say, hey, we're going to stop this kid.
Ever since, Luka has made it a personal goal to humiliate playoff P in the playoffs.
Doncic. Oh, goes behind the back, the floater, you bet! Luka Magic!
While PG-13 wasn't trying to poke the bear, people like Pat Beverly are always looking for trouble. During the 2020 playoffs, Pat Bev wasn't even playing, yet he was chirping at Luka. And of course, he got a quick response.
Mavs Game 6, 9 p.m. Eastern. For more on these games, go to NBA.com. Visit the NBA app. Triple header of NBA playoff action on Thursday on ESPN.
But unlike others, Pat Bev never learned. He kept talking, and Luka kept doing this.
Dallas on the road in the regular season. That record was identical to their home record, 21-15. And it's a good road start today. A drive by Luka, a finish by Doncic, a foul on Patrick Beverly.
Luka. And Beverly didn't want that switch. Now he's got to take it. Luka all the way to the hole for the easy one.
Luka was right. Bev is too small. So let's look at the bigs who tried Luka. First off is Rudy Gobert, the 7'1" Frenchman with multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. On paper, he's the rim-protecting nightmare you'd never want to face in crunch time. But against Luka, the outcome usually has Shaq and Draymond shaking their heads. But it all started with Gobert being hailed as the answer to a superstar like Luka Doncic. And in 2022, it looked like they were correct.
It's left. Doncic rolls inside on Gobert. Rudy uses the body. Great job. Stays on his belt. Beautiful. Gonna force a pass out. Hit the side of the backboard.
Plus, during the Summer League game that year, Gobert posterized Luka.
Gobert! Well, Rudy Gobert makes his decision.
From then on, it became personal for Luka.
Point lead here, but that's just Rudy Gobert in an impossible situation.
In matchups between the two men, Doncic has averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. When asked why he loves playing against Gobert, here's what he said. So we know it's nothing personal for Luka. So it should come as no surprise that he also makes a victim out of his teammates if they poke the bear. Take Grant Williams, for example. Grant joined Dallas in 2023, and for some reason, he thought he could bully the franchise player. Here's Mavs assistant GM with the story.
But everybody on the sideline, including the coach, was like, do not poke the bear. That's what everybody kept saying. Do not poke the bear. And we had guests in the gym at the time.
But of course, he didn't listen.
They had a scrimmage going, and he's talking trash to Luka up and down the court. So finally, Luka says, okay. And I tell you, Luka went on a 26-6 run by himself.
That day in practice was so memorable that Kyrie's still sharing the gist on his stream.
I witnessed him give somebody 24 points in 3 minutes.
It didn't take long after that for Grant Williams to fall out of the team. Eventually, Luka too was traded, and here's what Anthony Edwards thought.
But he looked mad as hell in that press conference, though. We play the Lakers again, right? Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Ant-Man already had plans to poke the bear. And in Game 1 of the 2025 playoff series, Ant poked the bear with a spider celly right in Luka's face.
Edwards is such a great scorer. You thought he might try to drive this, maybe take a contested three, but gave the ball up after the shot fake and gets it back and then drills one, catch and shoot right in Doncic's grill.
The plan worked. The Timberwolves won, and before Game 2, Ant was ready to go again as he strolled through the Lakers' warm-ups to taunt Luka. But this time, Luka responded with magic.
Regular season series, 3 of the 4 games were decided by 10. 37 for Doncic. Game 1 to the hole. Gobert, they're hunting him. Doncic will dance, lean, fire, and hit with his 26. Little handle, scooping and scoring inside. We'll have Randall on him, and Doncic will drive into Edwards. Got it.
31 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists to tie the series, while Ant finished with 0 assists and a humbled expression. Although the Wolves went on to win the series, Luka made sure to respond in style. But Luka's biggest response is still yet to come. You see, Luka Doncic came into the league a superstar, but the critics have always been chirping at him. In 2018, he was drafted 3rd overall by the Atlanta Hawks. And minutes later, he's traded to Dallas for the 5th pick, Trae Young. From that moment, the two have been linked forever under the constant who won the trade debate. Trae always thought he had a chance, but on January 26, 2024, Doncic put an end to the debate forever with a record-breaking 73 points.
4-1-12 to Golden State on Wednesday night. Johnson had 21 points in that game, and Johnson's on the board tonight for the Hawks.
As crazy as that might sound, but
Rashawn Holmes in the game for a depleted Dallas center.
Yeah, he shrinked Charles Barkley, though.
Oh, down the lane, Luka again! by Bogdanovic. And up for three, and in for three! Right before Christmas, it said, we designed these defenses, and this guy destroys them!
Since then, Luka has proved in every meeting who really won that draft night. But once in a while, we witness players like Payton Watson who think they've got a shot at stopping Luka's magic. This happened in March last season, with the Lakers hosting the Nuggets. Watson made a decent block, got hyped enough for the mic to pick him up, saying, "Ball don't lie, Luka." And just like that, Watson went from confident defender to Luka's newest highlight victim.
At 5, Watson guarding Doncic. Doncic looking, Watson trying to stay with him. Scoop layup is good.
Luka dropped 21 points in the first quarter alone.
Spins, layup, count it. Luka Doncic dominant here. Top 10. Doncic fires away, connects on another. Watson, who defended Steph Curry so well, Doncic puts it in!
Finishing with 31 on the night. Payton Watson learned his lesson that day, but he probably didn't learn as hard as our next victim, Devin Booker.
We're going to be seeing this photo for a long time. The Phoenix Suns are going to be seeing this for a long time. This shot will hang on permanent display in the Museum of Ass Kickings.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. It began in the 2022 Western Conference Semis. In Game 5, during a Suns blowout, Devin Booker fell on a drive and felt like poking at the bear.
Get up, boy. Get up, boy.
By the end of the game, Luka had a simple message for Booker when he said, "Everybody acting tough when they're up." Then came Game 7, and Luka went off. 35 points, 10 rebounds, and by halftime, he had matched the entire Suns team's scoring total. The Mavs won by 33 in one of the most humiliating Game 7 beatdowns ever. Even Booker himself called it a good old-fashioned A-whooping. But what if I told you that Luka also delivered the same good old-fashioned A-whooping to an entire team? In January 2023, the entire Detroit Pistons bench decided to poke the bear. Luka was just coming back from a sprained ankle. Still, the Mavs were expected to blow out a rebuilding Pistons squad. But by halftime, Dallas was down 4. So Detroit's bench, led by assistant coach Jerome Allen, made their fatal mistake.
And galloping in to lead the way was Luka. And this is how the night started, and this is how the night is going to end, with the Detroit bench and Luka exchanging words.
They had poked the bear and would soon find out why it was a bad idea. Luka erupted for 53 points, the second highest total of his career, on an absurdly efficient 17 of 24 shooting. He nailed 5 of 11 from deep, went 14 of 18 from the line, added 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals for good measure. In the fourth quarter alone, he scored 8 of Dallas's last 10 points, sealing the 111-105 win with this beauty.
Here's Luka driving, spinning, shooting, and scoring! The perfect bounce on another unforgettable night for Luka Doncic.
When asked about the incident, Luka simply said, "If they're gonna chirp, I'm gonna chirp back." And that's exactly what he did. At the end of the day, the Pistons had made a fool of themselves. But if you ask me to describe peak fooling, it would be what Alperen Şengün did on April Fool's Day. It was Lakers vs. Rockets in Houston. Early in the game, Şengün backed Luka down for a score and immediately took the opportunity to flex. Luka wasted no time snatching his ankle.
Just mentioned it'll win tonight. They get win number 50. What a fake Doncic. Broke broke his ankles in the corner. Finney-Smith. It's a three. Another one for LA.
By the final buzzer, Luka had 28 points and yet another victim to his list. Luka Doncic is the kind of guy that will drop 44 points, 14 assists, and 9 rebounds on you, get you pissed, and react like this. Well, he actually did that to Colin Sexton and the Utah Jazz in 2023. And so, over the years, people have learned that when you underestimate Luka, you don't just lose. You get added to the reel. Your name becomes another chapter in the growing highlight tape of players who poked the bear and got mauled. In Dallas, he was already feared for what he could do on the offense. But now in Los Angeles, leaner, meaner, and surrounded by star power, Luka's not just collecting victims, he's hunting them. So the real question isn't if another name will be added, it's who's next. And did we miss any victim? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then watch. There's something very different about Luka Doncic this season next.